Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Hulk from 2003, directed by Ang Lee. And I've seen this movie a few times when I was a kid, and I decided to revisit it just because it was on Netflix. And I was like, you know what, why not? I'll just watch it, see what happens. And this movie sadly did not hold up, and I know this movie is pretty infamous for having like a comic book look to it, in the sense that like there's lots of like split screens to make it look like a comic book, and yeah, it's very distracting in the movie, and that's one of the worst things about it. There are some things that I did kind of like. The music was okay. It wasn't like the best thing in the world, but at least I can remember it. And the special effects, sometimes it was a little dated, but I didn't think that they looked terrible. And the action scenes are kind of entertaining, and there's something there. It's not like some of the best action scenes in a movie, but like for the time, it's pretty impressive, I think. And the movie doesn't look horrible in every scene. Whenever it's not trying to look like a comic book, I think the movie looks nice, and it's mostly just the editing that drags it down. And what really surprised me about this movie, rewatching it, is that I don't really like the characters in this movie at all. And I don't really remember too much about The Incredible Hulk from 2008. But I feel as though I like the characters in that movie better, as opposed to this film, where like Bruce Banner is really kind of a douchebag. I really hated him in the movie. He's cold, he's rude, and he doesn't like anyone, from what I could tell. And he's I don't sympathize with the guy. Like the only time he's kind of nice is when he's transforming from the Hulk to his normal human, to Bruce Banner. And that's the only time he's kind of nice. But everyone in this movie, he just hates. And there's lots of moments in this movie where like you're supposed to, I guess, care about what's going on, and they just completely fail. And yeah, the characters are not very likable, especially Bruce Banner. He's just awful. I hate him. And this movie has some good actors in it, like Jennifer Connelly, Sam Elliott. Yeah, they don't drag the movie down. It's just that their characters have nothing to do. The first hour of this movie I found to be really dull and boring. And I was afraid that the entire film was just going to be dull and boring, but luckily, it did pick up a little bit in the second half of the movie, and there's more action in the second half, and that's where it starts to get more entertaining for me. And whenever it does this comic book-like look to it, or editing choices that is supposed to make it look like a comic book, it's like laughably bad, and I just chuckle every time I see that. It's like, what are you doing? You're just taking this too far, and it's distracting. I'm sorry. You tried something different, and it just didn't work out. I didn't really like Eric Bana as Bruce Banner. I just didn't really believe him as his character. I found him to be kind of distracting. A lot of the movie just felt very corny and cheesy, and in some ways it made it entertaining, but in other ways it just didn't work for me. There are some side characters in this movie that just don't need to be there, like Talbot. Like, why is he in this movie? No reason, really. The plot of the movie is really stupid, and there's some really bad dialogue in this movie, and I just I don't know what else to say about this film. It's bad. It's not great. Not one of the worst movies ever made. It's more just like you tried really hard and you didn't succeed, sadly. That's about all I have to say about it. So you don't really need to see this movie. It's not really worth your time, and it's an early 2000s superhero movie that it's dated and doesn't really work. So with all that being said, I'm going to give Hulk a 3 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you thought of Hulk, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Big Trouble in Little China. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.